Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? The homie Kynard. We got young Britt in the house. What's good, Britt? How you feeling today on a Wednesday?
She's fine and dandy. How are you?
All right, I feel like the intro music left up out of here kind of quick with no fade out.
Oh, damn. Well, that's unfortunate. I wasn't paying attention.
Unfortunate.
I was doing a terrible job of paying attention.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you get the audio anyway, do you?
I mean, nah, you be having me over here in quiet land. Mute Mike is what they call me.
Yeah.
Young mute Mike.
Look, it's Wednesday. What's going on? How's your day been? How's Wednesday been?
Uh, it's been pretty productive. It's been good, no complaints.
No complaints?
No, I told you I already cooked dinner like an old auntie.
Okay.
I ran some errands today. It's all
Yeah.
good. How about you?
I got the itis.
Oh,
You know,
hmm.
I feel like my energy is low. You know when your stomach be on bump and
Stomach on bump.
yeah, that's my tummy is on swole. I haven't been out like this in the pandemic. This is the first time like I was out. You know, I had my dad, my sister, we was out having a good time eating. You know what I'm saying? We we fresh out vaccinated trying to get back outside and acclimated, you
Listen,
know? we trying
did
to
you
we
have a
trying
delicious meal?
look.
Acted
It
up, huh?
was one of the best meals. I might have to let you go ahead and you know do the lead and while I'm off camera.
Oh,
I'm
he
gonna have
gotta
to
go
run.
boo boo.
Yeah, I gotta go in here and run to the bathroom.
Oh
I
no.
probably ate way too much. I went to BJ's. I had a whole Pizookie. Pizookie was dope though. Life was great. I enjoyed it.
Which Pizookie you get?
I ended up getting a hot chocolate fudge. For those of you that know that I
Oh,
was on keto, I was not on keto today.
listen. He said I
Today I
was
was on
all
eat what's in front of me today.
all the starch. That's what it was. The
I
starch
was
got you.
yeah, it was I look it was a gut buster today. Tell me on fleek. Um but it's been a good Wednesday, man. Life has been good. Look, we apologize to y'all. Last week I was under the weather, and I tried to push it, but my allergies was really bothering me, and I was sneezing every 5 seconds, and it wasn't gonna be a dope podcast. It would have been a dope monologue podcast because Brittany would have been talking to her. You feel me?
And I wouldn't have been. I'd have been like, "Hey y'all, what's up?" He going. Um, it's been cool though. We'll be back.
We'll
This
be
is this
back.
this week
Yeah.
ain't it?
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be any dialogue to be had. I was sneezing and hacking. For whatever reason, allergy season is kicked off in Texas, and
Whew.
I wasn't in a really good spot last week. I apologize, y'all, that we weren't here, but we are here this week. We got some great topics. Today we are going to talk about whether or not business and friendship mix. If that's a good situation because of what just happened recently with the Joe Budden podcast. We were talking about the divorce of Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. We talk about Portia stealing people's mans, clearly failing. Uh, Something was going on there. As well, we're going to talk about Biden and unemployment benefits and what's going on there. We'll probably touch on Justin Bieber and his dreads if we have time. And definitely my funny of the week, man who pulled 30 robberies disguised as a white man. And lastly, but not least, we're going to end the show with One Gotta Go Forever. We got a couple of dope topics there. So look, we are going to start with, look, Britt, it's funny. We kind of talked about this topic before where like we met through Instagram. And for me, over the time, I was really impressed with your presentation. And initially, when we started speaking, I knew you were a wedding planner, and I was like, "Ooh, it would be dope if I could get her to do some parties and plan them for me and make them look like this." Right?
Hmm.
It's initially how I reached out to you, and we became cool because we was having dope conversations. And eventually I felt like the conversations were so dope. Like if I did a podcast, it would be dope to talk with Britt because like we talk about dope shit. To me, I feel like we mad cool, right? Now I would say unless y'all gonna, look at the banner down below and you trying to donate, right? At this particular point, the podcast, we just having fun with it. It's not something that we're doing out here like, oh, we're gonna monetize the podcast. We just here to talk some shit. But Joe Budden's podcast took some time to build up. Joe built the podcast up. Now he had some co-hosts, Rory and Mal, and it seems that in their situation, the friendship and business did not mix because now Rory and Mal have been fired.
Wait. When did that happen? Today?
Yeah, that happened today.
Oh, I've been running around
thank
running
you, Lisa.
errands.
Thank you. Hold on. Before we do that, shout out to all the moms for this past weekend. Happy belated Mother's Day. And shout out to Lisa. Lisa's mom. It's her birthday today. We doing shout outs. Happy birthday, Lisa's mom. But yeah, they got fired today. Joe, it was some audio release where he pretty much just fired Rory. That you are not welcome back. You're in breach of contract. Yeah, no, it's over. And he said, basically, Mal, they going to have to see, but it's not really in Joe's hands. Now,
oh, shit.
There's some things that if you don't watch the Joe Budden podcast or know the background, and I didn't know this, but Joe and Mal were like friends for 20 years. Like when Mal didn't have no place to stay, Mal stayed with Joe Budden. Like he slept on Joe Budden's floor. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Budden held him down. Like they was homies.
For real.
I'm not sure of the Rory and Joe's situation, but what I got from it is that Rory felt like he was entitled to more information about why the Spotify deal fell through. He felt like he should have more input about the finances of the show. And basically, per Joe, Rory and Mal wanted to do an audit and kind of look at the finances and see where the money was at. Which, if you're a partner in something, you should have access to that information.
Right.
But Joe's statement was really, I built this.
Y'all are employees.
You guys have contracts. You guys are employees. You are not the owner of the podcast.
Ooh.
It's the Joe Budden podcast, and you're an employee. What are your thoughts on that?
Clearly it was true. Clearly they are employees. He pulled the plug on them. And that was that. It's unfortunate because I doubt the dynamic will. The dynamic was built with the three of them. So whatever he does to fill their shoes, it probably is not going to be the same. I don't know if his viewership is going to hurt because of that. But it's unfortunate when friends fall out over business. But it does happen. It's a tricky line to tread. You know what I mean? It kind of sucks. But apparently they got booted because of what he said. So, I mean, it's not like the man was lying. That's crazy. I didn't know that. When did that come out? Earlier this morning?
Yeah, it came out earlier today, and then they pulled it. But they probably pulled it for legal reasons, right?
Right.
But some people, you know how the interwebs do. The interwebs throw it back up and say, look, we got this.
Don't worry, we screenshotted that already.
We got it. We got that one. So the history, the show started in early 2015. And I think they went about 76 episodes until July of 16, where there was a person named Mendez who was on the show. that left the show because they sided with Drake during the real life feud with Joe Budden and Drake. So at that point, Joe Budden kicked dude out, said, look,
Oh God.
you can't be on Drake's side and be on my show. And that's when
The
Mal came
ego.
in.
The ego is
Mal, yeah,
crazy.
Mal came in episode 77. So from July 16 to basically what?
July. You said July
February
16th?
of 21.
Yeah.
The three co-hosts, Mal, Joe, and Rory. Now, through that time, if you're under contract, you're like a LeBron James, right? You've signed a contract to play for the LA Lakers. You don't own the LA Lakers. You might make the most money on the LA Lakers, but you're not Jeannie Buss. You're not the Buss family. The Buss family owns the Lakers. Now, you may not want to play here. You may not feel like you're getting any respect. But at that particular point, you're not an owner. Now, the hard part comes, like, they supposed to be homies. Right?
Right.
Mal, once again, lived with Joe Budden.
Wild.
Rory was brought along by Joe Budden. And basically, the same way that this is taking place with me and Brittany, we were two people who were having dope conversations. Joe Budden said, yo, why don't we just have a podcast where we do what we gonna do anyway? We just have dope conversations. Now, Joe Budden contended that these guys were in the top 1 to 5% in earners of podcasts for basically having a part-time job. And really, Joe Budden was the one that put them on. But the thing that got me about what Joe said is Joe said if you bring revenue to the show, i.e. you bring in sponsor dollars, you go out and you know, Planters Peanuts, your Planters, holla at me, cut the check. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all Planters honey roasted. If I go to Planter,
Alba Botanicals, body oils, come on.
Get with Britt, You trying to get a commercial? You trying to get a commercial?
Moisturize.
If you bring in a sponsor, then you eat differently off that sponsor. And that Joe said that in that regard, Rory nor Mal brought in any sponsorship dollars. Joe Budden was at the head of it. And so Mal was like, well, just let me know if you respect me. I don't know where you get off telling Rory, how about you take some weeks off? But it didn't seem like Mal understood that Joe Budden is the owner of the show, right? How do you handle this conflict with your homie? Do you go to your homie and be like, well, we got contracts as homies? This is what the contracts say. I know we homies, but the contracts say, I got contracts between me and you that says you do whatever the fuck I tell you to do. I know y'all know that movie, Players Club. How do you handle that with your homie?
It's tricky. Because you would think that alone makes you rely on your moral compass, right? Like,
right.
But everyone's morals aren't the same.
And that's what Mal said. Mal said, I just move different.
Right. So you think, oh yeah, you put your peoples first. You do right by your folks. But doing right by your folks always changes when there's good money involved. Always. And there's good money involved over there, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, they getting paid.
Because listen, if Kynard said, look, Brittany, you gotta go. What I'm gonna do? Where I'm gonna go? Out the door. He said, the check is better for me over here. I can make this happen. You cool, but you gotta go. What am I say?
Right.
You my folks, but listen, the bag. I'd be like,
Right.
oh, it's unfortunate. However, I don't fault you. Um, I don't know, man.
But I think the other side to that, you get it. Some people may not get it.
Yeah, loyalty means a lot to. I mean, and loyalty means a lot to me. I ain't gonna sit here and say that I don't. I wouldn't be like shook by it. Um, but loyalty is everything to a lot of people. So as much as they may not admit it, I'm sure they over there hurt to the core over it. Either hurt to the core or mad, or there's different stages of grief because essentially they're grieving a part of their life. But how would you react if you were one of those two?
If I was one of those two, and let's say let's say this. I've been in this position. I think that we had a podcast episode where I was like, people get upset when you do what you do, but it's your shit, right? I try and communicate as clearly as possible what my expectations are. And what I've
Hmm.
also realized is when you're working with people that you have a business relationship with as well, it blossoms into a friendship. Or even vice versa. Y'all were friends first and y'all decided to do something where the money might be right. We really do have to look at the contract. What was written up? And if the contract has to change, just like LeBron James has a 4 or 5 year contract, sometimes you can renegotiate in the middle of that, depending on what your value is. Right? If your value says, "Yo, you know what? I love Jay Prince, and I don't know. I listened to his audio book, and in the audio book, Jay Prince always said like, I just want to do good business, right? And in the book, he was like, we outperformed our contract, and at that time, it was time to have a conversation. And the record company basically said, "No, you got to stay on this contract. We got you." And Jay Prince said, "Look, now I got some crazy fools around me. I ain't got no control of them. They not really happy about what's going on. If they come up to your office, there's no telling what they can do. I told them not to do it, but you probably want to rethink the contract because they not happy. That's one way to handle it,
Right.
right? Um, the other side is that you have a heart to heart, and I think that they tried to have it. He told Mal, "Hey, this is what it is." But once again, I think when people's moral compass and business compass, when it comes to business, they're almost you have to leave friendship out of it. You do.
Mm.
You do. You have to
Yeah.
determine what your value is, right? And you have to go into this situation saying, "Yeah, I know this is my homie, but this is what I believe I'm worth." And then at that point, well, let's have a real conversation, right?
Yeah.
You said that you started out with your in the business that you have with your friend. How has that worked out? Just friends business. Y'all have a set, communication. If this ain't going this way, how do you work with people who are your friends, but it's business involved? Is it 50-50 everything? And you don't have to get into particulars.
It's okay.
Just okay.
Um, in as far as the expenses that we have to pay for as a business, there are three of us. We're
Right.
all equal partners.
Right.
Um, who were all friends before we decided to work in the business together. Um, there's been a couple small instances where communication has gotten a little tricky. Um, but also two of us are Team Capricorn. We don't mind a confrontation. We'd rather air it out quick, get it over with, wash your hands of it.
Right.
Um, so that makes things pretty easy to navigate. Uh, the other one of us is not a Capricorn, so usually if there is some kind of issue, it gets filtered through another Capricorn. She's like, listen, I'm gonna let these bitches do the talking for me. Since they
Yeah,
like to glove up, I'm gonna air a little grievance to them and let's see how this work out. But
that's funny.
but the two of us know that that's what's gonna happen because she's not as verbal about certain things.
Right,
Um, but for the most part, knock on wood, luckily things have been for the most part pretty smooth.
right,
Um, but I think it helps that we have had a strong friendship. Um, and I think we all understand each other's dynamics very well, like what we're good at, what we're not so good at. Um, like I always say that one of us is a super duper preparer. Like that's what we do. We plan, we prepare, we make things happen, right? We put things in order.
right,
One of us will prepare a month in advance, one extreme. I'm the one that will prepare the week in advance and stay up all night before. And then there's the other one that she's going to be like, night before, day of, scramble, but she going to get it done. But
right,
we know how we all work. So it
right,
kind of, and we always joke about it, be like, oh, she gonna be over there trying to shine and be overdone. Brittany gonna shine and she gonna get it done, and she gonna shine and she gonna get it done, but she gonna look like stress that day. But
right.
we know that about each other. So luckily it's worked out. Knock on wood, we haven't had any big situations. We all know that finances need to get split. We all know that what percentages go where when one person brings in a client. If
Yep,
I'm assisting, we know this is how much you'd expect. So we have it pretty outlined. Um, so far, so good.
right,
Let us
right.
pray.
So far, so good, which did means things can change, right? Shout
Right.
out, hold on. Shout out to that Thack Blanos. That
It,
manifest?
it has to be manifesto. He called me Brit Life.
Oh, he did. What up, Britt Life? Yeah, the business homie relationship needed to be handled early because that mix don't work without guidelines. Money always breaks up the crew. The crew wasn't strong enough to me. Facts.
Zach Blanos is hilarious to me.
I love it.
I'm sorry. I swear I'm on Do Not
Thack
Disturb.
Blanos. I mean, I wasn't ready. Shout out to the homie Manifest.
Right.
Um, so what I will say is this. Initially, I thought that, and this is what happens when you don't know the whole story. Initially, I thought that maybe Joe had said some things that were out of line, and I think that he probably did say some
Hmm.
things that were out of line. But when it comes to business, a lot of times things are defined, and if you're on air, right, and we are having grievances about money, that's gonna spill over into the show. Right?
Hmm.
If you believe that you're worth more and you believe I'm not, and I'm the owner of the show, and you don't believe that you feel you're getting your just due, then you're not going to come here ready to work and have a good time. You're going to be concerned about why you're not getting the money you think you should be getting. And that seems to be what has transpired with Rory. That their on air chemistry was bad because Rory felt like he should have more ownership of the show, which I don't think that there is anything wrong with you feeling that way. But you
Right.
have to negotiate that in your contract when it comes time. Now, the other side is Joe Budden can say, for what? For
But
what?
but
Right? You're replaceable, which he showed them fairly
you
quickly.
are.
Like, my nigga, I'll go grab some other individuals.
It's cool. I got a big circle.
I'll replace you. Now,
I can make
it
it work.
may not be the same show, but Joe said people will get over it.
Right.
This is the
It'll be
Joe
fine.
Budden podcast.
It and that listen, and that alone.
If you were coming here for Mal or Rory, unfortunately, you won't have to come anymore.
The
They won't be here.
door.
If you're here for Joe Budden and Joe Budden's take, we gonna see you when we see you.
Okay.
I always believe when friends enter into business, they must define early on. Hey, if the business is not working, we probably need to have a conversation and agree to let things go their separate ways before we lose our friendship.
Do you think it's any better with family?
Family is worse. Because once again, I believe in people's heads. They think they understand until they see some money. When money starts to come, people start to remind you of shit that they did 8 years ago.
Right.
Oh, you remember 8 years ago when I bought you that Happy Meal? I ain't had no Happy Meal in 20 years. But I bought you the Happy Meal and you were so excited about the Mickey Mouse toy. You don't remember that? I don't. All right. You know what I remember is when I didn't have no money and I was trying to get my podcast jumping and you couldn't even take 2 seconds to roll through and be like, yo, what's good? That's what I remember. But now that it's popping, you hear.
Oh.
I believe that people's value systems get a bit skewed when money is involved.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, Mal said it on the show. I like how Joe did it. Joe didn't have him on for 6 weeks. Then Joe brought him back after they all talked and let them air their piece. How did you feel? What was going on? What's the problem? Mal said it wasn't about money. It was about respect. Then it came out, no, it was about money. Because Mal wanted to see the numbers. Well, what do you want to see the numbers for? Well, I want to see if I'm owed more money. But you got a contract. Why would you be owed more money? It spells
when it's time
out.
to renegotiate your contract, that's when you can
at
decide
that point, if you want to
renegotiate,
money. Cool. But you walked off the job. Your contract is, per Joe Budden, your contract runs for another year.
I'm saying when that year is over, that's when you can look at the numbers
come and audit,
and say, bro, how about this?
Renegotiations coming up. We'd like to look at the numbers and see what the numbers are so we can determine what the value is.
Right. I can respect that he gave them an episode to come back ish. Because I kind of hate when that happens in a situation where like, oh, they just disappeared and then it's kind of like he said, she said. No, let's he said it, she said it right here with the people that are invested in this. So I can respect that a little bit.
Well, he did it, but I thought that he did it and they were going to move on. He did it, then he fired him.
I wonder if he always knew he was going to fire him.
Knowing Joe Budden, he probably did.
Oh, I don't know Joe.
Knowing Joe Budden,
you do.
Knowing Joe, I would assume that was basically him giving them the floor. They said that they worked it out, but doesn't seem like it was worked out. It does seem, once again, Mal said it wasn't about money, but he wanted to see the numbers. And to me, I believe that transparency is needed. There's nothing wrong with transparency.
Right.
But at that point, even if you find out what the numbers is, it ain't nothing you can do until your contract is up.
Right.
Or you can quit. And then Joe said, don't even go and start. He told they can't even start a podcast for a year because they're under contract. See, and that's when you realize, like, oh, it's business now. It's business. Oh, you think that you're going to start a podcast in the next year? No, player. You're under contract. There's no way you can start a podcast.
Wait till you fizzle out.
And if you want to take the route of going to court and suing me, you're going to lose because you're under contract. In the end,
Joe wins.
It's not that Joe wins. If you're going to enter into business with your friends, please understand what the contracts are. Understand what the agreements are. so you don't have confusion, because Joe said it. A lawyer looked all over the paperwork when y'all signed this. It wasn't like we was just homies and y'all agreed. Y'all took this to a lawyer. He looked at the contract, said, these are the things in the contract. Y'all signed it. This is where we at. Shout out to my homie DJ Will Tudor on the ones and twos. He said that's Joe's podcast. They didn't build that brand with him. They came in afterwards. Facts.
Will Tudor. Is that his DJ name?
Yeah, that's his DJ name. It's one of the coolest DJ names.
I messed
Will
with it.
Tudor. Shout out to the homie. And so,
hey, Will, how you doing?
For me, looking at it, I advise friends, if you want to maintain a friendship and you enter into business, understand the contract. And if you don't like the terms before you sign it, conversation. Hey, bro, I don't like this contract. I don't like what it say. I want to be homies, but the only way for us to be homies when this is involved is for us to make sure we on the same page.
Hey, bro.
I feel bad because I truly believe that Rory, Joe, and Mal really enjoy working with each other. And once again, it just goes to show that when it comes to money, things change.
The world is a ghetto, child.
You know, we'll be best homies for 20 years. And then it's over because we don't understand how our contracts are. So if y'all doing business with your homies, make sure you get an understanding, man, because I would much rather, as one of my homies, track majors, told me, in this game, man, it's really hard to find good, genuine people. The relationships are way more important, than the extra bullshit that goes on behind the scenes. I always try and negotiate in good faith. I always try and give people a heads up, how I try and operate, because I understand that we may see things differently. I used to not always get paperwork. I used to try and run off the good faith system, but all it takes is one misunderstanding.
Listen.
And then y'all not homies no more. And that's the sad part to me. You'll lose some people that you've been rocking with for 20 years. And I know somebody say, oh, well, that's just God revealing them. But come on, it's a two-way street. Joe Budden probably could have did a better job of communicating before it got to this point. And they all admitted that. When they were on that show, they all said, you know what, maybe we should have had a conversation way earlier about this before we got into our feelings. Brittany told you. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not a super sentimental hoe like that, right? But I think I posted something on Instagram maybe a week or two ago. And it says, like, everyone talks about, like, all these pains and traumas that you go through when you, like, separate from people, whether it's, like, usually when it's, like, a romantic relationship. But, like, when someone's, like, your dog, and you thought you was going to eat with that person forever, and that relationship dismantles, it feels a different kind of way. You're like, damn, like, I never thought this person would do this, or I never thought this is how this was going to work out.
Right.
And it's a different kind of hurt when you thought like someone you was going to be down and y'all was going to get it together forever. Yeah. It's a weird pain.
Well, the truth is, for me, and I told you before, I know I can be an ass. Same. I know that I ain't always right. I always try and look at it and be like, well, what the fuck did I do? Did I misrepresent what this was? Mm-hmm. Even in situations where I worked with videographers and I'm like, yo, I need to shoot 4 videos, $200. Like, nigga, that's insane. Yeah, you right, it is insane, but this is what we agreed to. And I tried to have a conversation about what I could alleviate and do better. don't get upset or resent me because you feel like it's too much work, but you agreed to it.
Right.
I understand. It's a whole lot of work. I asked you if you could do it. You didn't have nothing popping at the time. Nobody was calling you trying to get the work done. I'm trying to get the work done. And is it underpriced? Yeah, it's underpriced. I appreciate the value that you bring, but I would rather talk to you about what's going on than for you to take it to somebody else and I have to hear it. Because I'm an approachable individual. Y'all can ask Will Tudor. Me and Will Tudor then got on, hey, Will, this how I'm feeling, homie. I don't mind hashing it out with you and talking with you versus having to really go through and get in feels and, oh, that dude did me dirty and I don't like. No, let's just talk, value the relationship, value the friendship, and get this shit out of the way so then we can move forward and figure it out. But that's where I am. I understand not everybody is like me. That's why I don't be in everybody's group chats. I be in my own group chat talking to myself.
That's a shame.
Facts. Enough about Joe Budden. Joe Budden podcast. I look forward to checking him out though. I do want to see how this moves forward. Cause I enjoy Joe Budden. I find him to be a way better podcaster than a rapper. That's just me. Shout out to the homie Joe. We're going to get into some news. News alert, news alert, news alert. News alert. News alert. What we got going on in the news? What we going to talk about first?
Just these rich folks. They just breaking it.
What the rich folks doing?
Bill is on the prowl. You understand me? Listen, if I go missing from this show, I'm going to send Kynard a letter via messenger pigeon, and I'm gonna sign it Brittany Gates, and y'all gonna know this bitch is living good. She ain't never coming back, and it'll be okay. Y'all will be fine.
So you out here for the Billy Gates?
If let me run up on Bill, I'm gonna do the very best I can. Let me run up on his ex-wife. I'll do the very best I can.
Oh, stop it!
You kidding? That would be a come up for everybody involved. But yeah, Bill and his wife, they announced that they are getting a divorce, even after he had a seemingly decent situation with his little side joint girlfriend, run away for the weekend joint. He also paid her out. How much was it? 18. A whole lot. It
was 21 Savage a lot. How much she got paid? 21 Savage a lot.
A lot. A week before they filed. So that makes for Bill single and on the move, Jeff single and on the move. There's millions to be gotten.
Yeah,
understand?
Billy.
Listen, legitimate. Billy. What is his net worth?
I think it was 143 billion.
Whee.
Yeah. So the one thing that gets me about this story was a meme. Like, it's not even the divorce that gets me, right? One of the memes said, if the two richest dudes in the world can't make their wives happy, what the fuck I'm gonna do?
But here's the thing though. What makes them think that the wives weren't happy? Maybe they weren't happy.
Look, they say happy wife, happy life. If he not happy, it's because she ain't happy. Believe that.
But also, if you're a billionaire, there should be no reason why you're unhappy. Not being funny, but I'm saying like your situation should be arranged. Your situation should be arranged with your wife that whatever it is, I got all these billions coming in. You living good. I'm gonna live how I want to live, and we gonna live for these people how we foresee we should. Rich
If
niggas.
it's anything that we've learned from Will and Jada is that money ain't got nothing to do with happiness. You could have two sexy people who got all the
Mhm.
money in the world
Mhm.
that don't have a reason to not be happy, find reasons to not be happy. Jada told you I wasn't happy. And
What was her
I
beef
poured,
again?
huh?
What was her beef with Will?
I don't know
I
what
don't
the
even
beef
remember.
was. I don't know that she didn't really get into the beef other than she didn't feel good about herself. Now he may have contributed to that, but the energy she didn't feel good about herself, she poured into the young homie.
Well, Cat Williams said it's esteem of your motherfucking self. Self
Was it because she
esteem.
wasn't getting attention? Did she not
Maybe.
feel good about how she looked? She's getting older. I don't know. Bill Gates had an arrangement where he could get with his little side piece 1 week a year.
That's not
And
enough weeks.
for
Sorry.
some, for some,
I'm just saying. I'm worth
look,
all the
Brittany,
billions.
like, Bill, you can have at least 4 or 5. You one ain't enough
Listen,
for you, boo. You get a
one a
couple more.
quarter. You get one a quarter. One every
I mean,
financial quarter.
Andre
You get a week away.
Karolinko, AK-47, played for the Utah Jazz. His wife gave him 1 pass a year. I tried to explain to some of my homies that wealthy men operate different. They don't live regular people lives. You can't. Right now, I could tell you to close your eyes and
Okay.
think.
Tell me.
All
Go.
right,
Let's do
close
it.
your eyes. I want
Okay.
you to close your eyes. I want you to just
Eyes
center
are closed.
yourself.
Okay.
Now,
Ooh. Okay.
I want you to imagine that when you woke up, was it one thing in this world you could not buy? Okay? You don't want for anything.
I
Not
got it all.
monetarily. The only worry that you may have is how to maintain your wealth.
Okay.
The only worry. But even then, the next 5 years, you could lose $1 billion a year and still not really worry.
I'm flourishing.
You see what I'm saying? You could buy islands. You could buy human beings.
We fly private everywhere.
Do you understand me? You can
Yes.
buy multiple corporations and still have money left over to not worry about a thing. So if you are in your centered self and you can imagine a world where money is not even a concept to you. It's not a concept.
We don't ask what it costs over here. It doesn't matter.
What is your primary focus in regards to survival? What is it then that will make you happy if you can buy anything you want?
Having people that I like around me.
And that's it. That's it. That's all Bill Gates and Will Smith and Jada. That's all that they ever want when it comes to the kind of wealth they have. To have the people around them that they love and to watch them flourish as well. Well, Jada said, well, you probably ain't around enough. You're not paying attention to them. You're always out here doing these movies. Probably with side chicks, because you got a pass. You're not making me feel beautiful. You're not making me feel loved. We found out Melinda Gates started contacting divorce lawyers when she found out that Bill had links to Epstein, which means she probably knew he was nasty. Right?
Nasty dog.
It's come out that Bill was probably a little nasty. Bill liked a little freaky shit.
Shout out to Bill. Not
it is
Epstein.
what it is,
Not
Bill.
Epstein
Ain't nobody
nasty,
mad.
but like regular nasty.
No,
not young,
Bill,
not young girl nasty. Just
no,
standard
Bill.
nasty.
Bill
Adult
is
nasty.
is by people nasty.
Oh.
Him and Jeff Epstein living their best life. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I assume.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I really believe And at that point, you just decide it's not about the money, but am I happy? Just like with anybody else that's been married for 25, 30 years and they get divorced, they wake up one day and they're just like, you know what? Tomorrow I don't want to live like I'm living today. And you're the primary cause for how I'm living.
25 years is a lot of years.
A lot of years to be married.
Jesus Christ.
But life is short.
Tolerate a nigga for 25 months. My God. How long are they married?
Bill can't keep him happy. I don't know how I'm going to keep him happy. It really made me laugh. I'm done with all of it. It's crazy to me. I imagine that Bill is probably getting ready to buy some people right now. Now, I know somebody would say that's immorally wrong to purchase human beings. I would tell you rich and wealthy people have been doing it for a millennia. They still buying people.
I would buy them right now.
Facts. If you were filthy rich, you'd buy some people. Sorry, it's just what you would do.
Hold on. The random question. If you could buy 3 people, whether they're like actual people or people to perform something for you, what 3 people would you buy?
Okay, so here's the disclaimer.
And what's the difference between buying someone and hiring someone?
Like buying someone is like owning someone like a slave. Like you bought this person and there's a bill of sale. We bought these slaves and they about to work in these cotton fields for slave labor. They're not compensated at all. Purchase.
Okay,
commodity.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I could buy a person. I don't think that's in my... Even if I was filthy rich, I have too much empathy for the world. I don't think I could look at another human being and be like, you have a mother and a father, and even though they don't know it, your existence is pretty much dwindled to being a piece of property. I bought you. I don't think Regina and Tucker Kynard would be looking down on me with any type of respect, because it's not the type of person you raised me to be. So
no one said you had to be an asshole like a slave owner. I just bought you.
Now, if there were 3 people that I could hire, I definitely would have to get my Farnsworth Bentley on. I'd have to purchase me a personal assistant. I need you to hold the umbrella and sing my theme music as I walk down the street. I'll compensate you handsomely, but this is what I need. Okay?
So that's who you'd buy.
The first person. That's who I'd hire. Need a personal assistant. Okay?
You don't want to say bye.
No, I couldn't buy someone. Not who I am as a person. The second person I would hire a personal chef. I need you to make my physique sexy. I need you to make foods that taste terrible, taste great. I need you to fool me into being healthy. I need you to make the cauliflower so good that I think that it was bread. Okay? The personal chef. Mm-hmm. Anybody interested with a small fee of $150 a month, holler at the boy. Okay? That's all I got.
Wow.
$150 a month. I need 3 meals a day. Okay? Need my eggs poached. Okay?
Yikes.
Need Cambodian breast milk.
Oh my God.
And the last person,
a Cambodian native.
The last person I would hire, I'll hire a driver. Okay? Always been a dream of mine. Open up the back door to a Rolls Royce Phantom and step out like Spice Adams and throw my ankle way high into the air.
You're such an uncle.
As I turn and twist and drop it down to the ground and get out of the vehicle. It's just my dream. Okay? I need a personal assistant like Fonsley Bentworth. I need me a chef. Make food taste like it never tasted before in my life. I need a driver. Anybody who's willing to do those things on the low, holla at the boy. I'm out here. That being said, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about this. I don't know what this is about. We going to talk about Portia out here stealing people's man. All right? Let's go to the people. Go to the people. We on Twitter right now. Phalanx is Portia and her were only friends through Dennis and Simon.
On to the show.
Dennis,
You came
Portia's baby
on
father,
as a friend
Simon,
of Portia's. So,
found
what was
Portia.
y'all history?
Oh, you know what? It was more so through Dennis and Simon.
Okay.
They knew each other. They're in the same industry. You know, we own a nightclub called Republic, and Dennis was in that industry, and Simon was also in the restaurant industry. So they just would collide every here and there. And at some point in time, Portia and I got to meet. And she was really sweet. She's always been very real and genuine. So we
On to the show. You came on as a friend of Portia's. So, what was y'all history?
Oh, you know what? It was more so through Dennis and Simon.
Okay.
All
right,
knew
so-
each other. They're in the same industry. You know, we
They didn't even know each other, right?
They were
Here, let's see what this
distant
is.
associates via their names.
Nice to meet you. We brought a bottle.
And this is my sister.
Nice to meet you.
Your home is beautiful, guys.
Thank you so much. We're so excited.
All right.
Putting on our best behavior.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
This is my husband, Simon, everyone. How are you?
You're
good? Boom, boom. Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Thank you
definitely.
for coming.
And I see you laid it out for us.
This is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Now, that makes me want to get married all over again.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yes,
It's
we
gorgeous.
may just have to renew our vows, ring upgrade.
You know.
Love it.
Usual.
Love it.
I'm well trained.
All right, so Phelan invited Portia over to the house. Portia brought her people over. Phelan and her husband announced divorce in February, right? Was it February or March?
Yes, the
They
beginning
announced
of February.
All right, they announced at the beginning of February. And now Portia is engaged to this man.
Yes,
Not even 3 months later.
correct.
And now it's rumors that she's pregnant. What are our thoughts about this woman? What are we thinking about Portia? How are we feeling?
The optics look very suspicious. Portia likes a rich, older, gentle fellow. So she found that in that man. However, if the math is mathing,
Right?
if she's pregnant enough to be showing theoretically, because what people are saying is her clothing choices are not on brand for her lately. She's very loosey goosey, and she's a righty tighty. She keeps the body tight. The body's always popping, titties out, butt out, not out, but you know, you can see the shape all the time. She likes her clothes to fit. She's been doing very loose and off-brand things as far as her choices. So if you're pregnant enough to potentially be showing even a little bit, you're more than 3 months pregnant. But she
So
says
do we
they've only
think
been
that
dating
we think
for
that
a month.
Portia started sleeping with this man early? Is that what the internet's is saying?
I would assume so. She claims they've only been dating for a month and engaged in 30 days. But that doesn't mean
Is
you
it for
weren't.
entertainment though? Is it for TV?
Also, would like to say, just because you were dating for a month doesn't mean you wasn't fucking for 3 or 4.
Right?
Because that's different things.
How long ago did she meet this man? When did they meet?
Whenever they filmed that during the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
Yes.
Well, technically, they could probably have known each
I mean,
other
we're still
for
in
6
it,
or
but-
7 months after that. Probably
Right.
started smashing. So we think that Phelan got divorced from her husband probably because Portia was running through it. That's the
She
general
did-
assumption.
Portia has posted vacation pictures in like November, December in swimsuits where she wasn't pregnant at all. But who knows what she was doing for the couple months before that. But it seems that she may be pregnant now.
All right, so here's the bigger question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we care because it makes Portia look like a hoe? Or do we not care because it makes Portia look like a hoe?
Ooh, I don't
I love it. He said the tea is hot.
The tea is real hot on this. I don't care either way. I just think it's like, ooh, if that was my friend, I'd be like, oh, call me later because I want to know.
Well, the thing is that
I don't care if you look like a whore or not.
Her and Phelan weren't really friends.
Well, she was introduced on the show as Portia's friend. So when her name first appeared on the show, it says Fallon Gooba Dibba Dibba Da, whatever her last name is, Portia's friend. Portia now says Fallon is not my friend. So I don't know if that means she wasn't really my friend ever.
Right. It was they knew each other through the husband.
Yeah. Her ring
was
is fat.
Portia married?
Portia had been previously married years ago, but her baby's father was just her fiance.
I got you.
And they separated.
What show is this again? This is Real Wives of Atlanta?
Housewives of Atlanta.
Housewives. Yeah, see, y'all, I don't watch this shit. Okay? Let me tell you why I don't watch this.
The
this
blacks love it.
Yeah, this right here is a waste of my time. Okay? Now, I know that this is the tea. They're what everybody talking about. But this don't make me no money. And I really don't care. Okay? Let me tell you why I don't care.
This is how I be feeling about some of the things you make me talk about.
I know. Look,
now
I ain't even mad at you.
Reversed.
I ain't even mad at you. I know we here to talk about this. But as my homie Britt would say, niggas is gonna nig. And thoughts is gonna thought.
They gonna trot.
And trot. Now, if she is engaged and she's getting ready to have a baby, we'll give her a round of applause.
For
out here securing the bag. Secure the bag, mama. Secure the bag. Get it done. You know, because clearly you don't care how it looks. There's one thing about living a public life, being out here in the public world, and you have no care about how you look at all.
She did say, I know. I think it was either a caption or a tweet, whatever. She said, I know the optics look suspicious. That's how she started her whole little 2-paragraph moment. I know this shit don't look right, but I'm
happy.
in love.
Yeah, I'm happy. Right. For now. She gonna probably politic it into a show. Follow the Kim Kardashian blueprint. Go ahead and get it in, Portia. Look, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Then I'm fine. I can get these ugly rich men. Why not? Not ugly, Lord. I didn't mean that. Lesser attractive.
Look, sugar daddy's out here making it happen. That's all I'm saying.
Sweet. It is sweet. The tea is hot and it's sweet.
Okay, women want to be taken care of. They want a little security. Security. All right, look, we're going to move on because, yeah, shout out to Portia for making it happen for herself. I see you, boo. Make it happen. I'm proud of you. Let's talk about our famous person. We're going to talk about Joe Biden. Joe Biden was out here talking about unemployment benefits. And he said some of y'all got to accept some of these jobs now, okay? You're not just going to be out here. Not just going to be out here applying for jobs, being offered jobs and turning them down to get this free money, okay? You're not going to be doing that. Let's listen to Joe Budden. What you got to say, Joe Budden? What you got to say? Tell us, Joe Budden. Tell us.
Wrong button. Wrong Joe.
Where's that, Joe?
Was offered a suitable job must take the job or lose their unemployment benefits. There are a few COVID-19 related exceptions, so that people aren't forced to choose between their basic safety and a paycheck. But otherwise, that's the law. We're going to make it clear that anyone collecting unemployment who is offered a suitable job must take the job or lose their unemployment benefits. There are a few COVID-19 related exceptions, so that people aren't forced to choose between their basic safety and a paycheck. But otherwise, that's the law.
That's the law.
We're going to make it clear that anyone collecting.
All right, so Joe basically said he about to make it clear. Okay? If you get offered a suitable job, you gotta take it. It's the law. The law say if it's suitable, gotta take it. My question is, Joe, who's determining that it's suitable?
That part.
Joe?
And how you gonna know when we get the job offer or not? What are they reporting to you? The president of the United States? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know.
None of that.
Honestly,
none of what he said is the problem.
Honestly, what I took from this conversation was he had to look strong for Democrats in condemning individuals who were receiving benefits from unemployment. To me, this really feels like, I called it a political issue. I know you said it's more of an elitist issue. What people have to understand is I think that there's this agenda to say, look, we gave people unemployment benefits and they're not going back to work. Or the jobs that are available, nobody's going back to work them. Look, we have jobs, they're here, but people don't want to come back and work. I can't say either or, right? I don't have the data. I don't have the statistics. I have spoken to some people who were employed, worked some restaurant jobs, went through unemployment, and when they went back into the workforce, picked up some education. They found some remote work where they didn't have to go back. They did something different where they didn't return back to that industry. See, the thing that we're not talking about is that being in the middle of a pandemic and being laid off, I'm not saying everybody. Is there a portion of individuals who are probably milking the system for what it is? Yeah, it's probably that. That's no different than the billionaires that bought up a ton of property, bought up a ton of capital in the stock market, bought up a ton of things that when they were at a lower price due to the pandemic, seen an increase in wealth. They played the game. Mm-hmm. Nobody's talking about that side, right? You got the side of people that's like, oh, I was worth $2 billion, now I'm worth $5 billion. Because I bought some stuff, because it was cheap. Might as well. It's the way the game is played. Y'all ain't got no money. Oh, did they kick you out of that restaurant? Did they kick you out of that building? Oh, you don't have any money. Oh, see, we don't talk about that side. So do you have some people that's probably gaming? Oh, you're not going back to work because you getting your $600? Yeah, you got some of those people. Mm-hmm. I know that you got other people that have found other ways to grind. Have found other ways to make money in the middle of a pandemic. Sold some products from their home. One of the things I did in the middle of the pandemic was learn how to be a digital marketer. I know how to run ads on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Oh, did you know that there are people who would like to pay me to do that for their business? I learned how to program a chat bot. Right? DJ Envy is sending stuff out saying, look, I'll review your song for $30. He out here robbing people. All right. And when you send your song in, you have a whole conversation with an AI. You're not talking to DJ Envy. I knew that, but I did it anyway because I just wanted to see how the chatbot was programmed. Okay. Somebody will pay you to do that. You can do that from home. A lot of people started lucrative podcasts. Not saying the Dope Dialogue is lucrative, just saying people have done it. And so what I hate about this narrative is that there are a group of people, we got to give the American people a group of people to hate. That's how they divide us. They always say there's somebody doing something that you wouldn't do, so you should look down upon that person. Instead of just keeping it 100. Right now we playing politics and we playing optics And shout out to Joe Biden for just looking like an old president.
I think where he blew it was he not blew it, but how are you going to extend the benefits, right? Because they need to be extended because we're not completely open yet. So that makes sense. Therefore, all of these jobs that you say exist, they don't exist just yet because we're not there yet. A lot of states. Also, I think what the bigger issue is not necessarily that people are getting an extra $300 or whatever dollars on top of their state unemployment benefits. It's just that our wages are so low. Like the cornerstone of America is free and cheap labor. So if someone thinks that they can do just as good, some better, or some take a couple $100 hit for not going to work as they would going to work 40 hours somewhere, why wouldn't they? That means we need to look at how we pay people, not why they're getting $300 extra dollars.
Exactly. In addition to, we pay people so low, we get mad they don't want to come back and work at these low wages. But we don't get upset when Mr. Billionaire made another $2 or $3 billion. Because other people couldn't afford stuff. And they just started accumulating more assets. We don't want to have that conversation. It's always two sides to the coin. Yes, there are people that are probably gaming the system on the low end.
But could you blame them? It sounds foolish to say.
Can I be honest? So like, I don't never really like to talk finances, but I was blessed enough to not be laid off, right? Blessed enough to keep my job. I had to work. And then on top of that, I picked up 2 other jobs because I was trying to get some other stuff taken care of, trying to get it paid off. I wanted to be at home and not do nothing and make no money. But I knew I would make more money going to work. I went to work. But that's me.
Right.
I'm not mad that somebody else, I have family members. I have family members like, nah, player, I'm on this right now. I'm not going back. What did you say? I have my own family members.
I'm taking a $200 hit and I could stay here at home with my family and do all right.
Yeah.
I ain't got to pay these student loans.
Yeah.
Because they didn't forgiven those for a while. Like, yo, the money is back. I'm fine. I'm straight.
Sometimes I don't think
about it like.
Go ahead.
If you think about it like someone who, say, their first job out of college, they made $45,000, right? Which isn't bad, but it's not good. If they can be on unemployment for the year and make 38, why wouldn't they? It doesn't make sense.
Matter of fact, if a rich person was poor, they'd probably say,
listen.
Do you understand? Like, you've been with money for so long that your view is skewed upon those that you judge.
And how is it that someone, a full-grown adult, whether or not, it sounds almost ridiculous to think that someone who works at McDonald's say, oh, you flip burgers, why do you deserve $17, $18 an hour to flip burgers? But when you look at it, like, if this is a full-grown human and they go to work somewhere 40 hours a week and they can't support their own life, that to me is an issue. So whether you want to pay these people $9 an hour or $19, it needs to make sense for where they live and to be able to sustain their life as an adult. And that's where the issue, I feel, is more than anything. Because if these people are not making enough money, their quality of life was trash already, in theory, living paycheck to paycheck, or not even doing that in some cases, falling behind all the time. So why can't I just fall behind and chill? Why would I fall behind and break my back for people who don't give a shit about me?
Especially because when it ends, I'm going to have to figure something out anyway.
Yeah.
I think most people that are in situations where they're accepting benefits, they know it's gonna end. They know that it ain't gonna be popping like this forever.
Right.
You know,
they said, but I got a few more months.
Got a few more months. I'm gonna take advantage of the situation. And once again, this is a politician issue. You upset, you mad, but I'm only playing by the rules of the game that you put before me.
Listen.
You know, these are the rules that you set.
Looks like the government should have done a better job of getting a handle on the pandemic before it slapped our asses in the face. And now, y'all got to pay up for a year and a half or two. Because y'all trash.
Which you probably should do anyway, because the truth is we'll run around and we'll say all of this is bad and we'll say all of this is terrible. But people are really dealing with mental health issues. I told you, I wake up, I read the news every morning. Every morning, I mean, it's people walking around Houston with tigers.
Wait, okay? What?
Yeah, flat out. Tiger just roaming around Houston. The dude that owned him was being charged with murder. He tried to go back and get his tiger and his chimpanzees. Tiger got out. Tiger just walking around. Just mental issues. Duh. People killing people left and right. Women shooting people, right? Women shot her man, her and her kids. You know what I'm saying? Dudes killing husbands and I mean dudes killing wives and their kids. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Like people are really struggling right now mentally, and y'all worried about the money. Companies that took bailouts when y'all said, "Oh, this was essential to the American fabric. We can't lose these companies because it would be the end of," are now saying, "Well, you can't give no money to the people." Why would you give money to the people?
They got to take these suitable jobs.
Why would you give money to the people? That's all. I'm just asking the questions. I'm just asking the questions.
So you and your degrees can go get a job at Denny's because they offered it to you. You and your bachelor's, you and your master's degree. If Denny says we need a host, you taking it. What?
Well, just as long as you wear the mask, because we don't want you to get COVID.
Right. That's important.
We don't want you to get COVID. I'm gonna be honest. I got a master's degree. It's gonna be. I can't do Denny's, y'all. And that's not talking down on Denny's.
No, not.
It's not. I'm not disrespecting Denny's. Okay. Sally Mae, they hit me up about their money right now.
That's why it's not suitable.
I can't make enough money at Denny's to even put a dent in Sally Mae. Sorry. Sally Mae said that I shouldn't work at Denny's. That's not enough. Okay. Sally Mae said that's not enough.
Sally is a bitch. Sally
Mae said that's not enough money.
Her brother Navient, whatever he likes to call himself. Wells Fargo.
Navient get mad when you send them pay stubs for that income driven repayment. They be like, "This is it."
That's
the pandemic, my guy.
The
pandemic. What is you saying right now?
You said you're gonna reduce them or no?
What is you saying right now?
I think it's what I got. It's right here. Huh?
I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. So, yeah. I don't know what to tell y'all other than, to me, this looks like posturing. It looks like politics.
Yeah.
Because the Democrats know, and even the Republicans, they know. They know how dire people are in. It's that they don't want to lose business. See, because what happens is when you don't have employees to work your jobs, then you lose money. And that's really what it comes down to. It's not whether or not the people need help. It's that we can't lose this business. Denny's is the fabric of American society, and we don't want to go out of business because people are not here to work. And you know the American people are fat and they are eating. Okay, the American people are backouts. We don't have people to serve them. We want to make them more fat. And we can't do it because we don't have the manpower.
I want pancakes right now.
Shout out to IHOP for staying open during the pandemic and people still going to work. We need you, IHOP. We need you.
Oh, was that good? Was that good for you?
Huh?
Was that good for you?
Yeah, I mean, I kept dripping all on the mic. Sorry, y'all didn't see that. All right, what we got next? Oh, I think we got one gotta go. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Look, I ain't got a one gotta go commercial yet, but let's do the off the top commercial and say one gotta go. This is not off the top. This is one has to go. All right, what we got for the topics for one gotta go? What's the first one? What we doing?
Since we were just talking about, IHOP and Denny's and things, let's go into the breakfast foods.
Okay.
I added one because I feel like it needs to be there.
Okay.
So we have pancakes.
All right, pancakes.
Waffles.
All right, we got waffles.
French toast.
French toast. I love French.
Donuts.
Donuts.
And my addition, bagels.
All right, that would be easy for me.
Who stays?
Well, first of all, French toast stays.
First one to say French toast stays.
French toast stays, okay? All right. It's something about the butter, the sugar, and the cinnamon mix for me. Especially when it's like on a French loaf of bread. I do have some bakers and chefs in my family. And that's just amazing. Okay. Get your little French loaf. Ooh, throw one of those into the batter with your little cinnamon milk and egg. And just whip that right up and let that sizzle in the pan. So
if you really about it, add a little bit of brown sugar and some vanilla up in there.
Yeah, facts.
Oh yeah, that bullshit.
Yeah. French toast is an all-star, okay?
Okay.
The second one that's staying is pancakes. Pancakes, especially from IHOP. All right. It's just IHOP pancakes are second to none, okay? Make you slap your mama. All right? Hey, mama, you got to be slapped real quick because IHOP got these pancakes slap. I'm gonna keep it real with you. This probably isn't what people are expecting, but I'm keeping donuts. Donuts to me are a very quick breakfast. Got them. You do your thing. And so that leaves us with two, but usually we do four, and one gotta go. I'm kicking two to the curb. If I didn't have to eat it for the rest of my life, I'd get rid of waffles. And bagels aren't sweet, so they don't even matter. They don't even come into this equation.
I'm pissed.
Wait a minute. What you mad about?
I'm mad that you would disrespect a bagel like that.
Gotta go.
I think I agree with the waffles can go. But bagels have to stay.
Why?
Bagels are our only savory option here. They're multi-purpose. They're the only thing that doesn't get drenched in sugar. So if you're not the sweet head, you may want a bagel in your morning. Like you may want a cheddar jalapeno moment. You may want a little everything bagel with some smear on it. Okay? So you got rid of two things just to be disrespectful?
No, I got rid of two things because they're not needed, okay? If not for the chicken and waffle combo, we would never need a waffle, okay? The only
we don't need a waffle for the chicken and waffle.
Facts. We really don't.
Or French toast can sub out, and it'll be just fine.
Facts. You're right. The problem for the bagel and me is because I just don't like cream cheese. I'm not a cream cheese fan. I don't like Philadelphia cream cheese. I don't like lox and cream cheese. I don't like cream cheese.
Do you like cheesecake?
I don't like cheesecake or cream cheese.
Who hurt you?
I don't like it. I don't want it.
You like cream cheese and jalapeno wrapped in bacon?
I do not like cream cheese wrapped in a jalapeno and bacon. I don't like it. I don't like the way cream cheese icing tastes. Okay? I don't like cream cheese. I just had a bundt cake from Bundt Cakes. and it had cream cheese icing. I had to take the icing off because it tasted like cream cheese. You got cream cheese icing. It shouldn't taste like cream cheese because it's icing. Okay? So now I got to eat a dry bagel for breakfast. I'm straight.
You're touched.
Peace out to the bagel. Waffles, y'all know what y'all can do. What we got next?
Here's the thing. We're doing black sitcoms. However.
Oh, black sitcoms? Oh, I'm ready.
However, I forgot my fourth
one.
I know. Okay, we'll start here. Martin.
Hold on 1 second. I think I got the notes from a while ago.
I do have a sub in though.
Oh. Are we gonna have 5 of those?
I think I want to take one of my originals out and sub it for something else. So I think we're gonna start by saying Martin is our first contender.
Okay. Martin.
The Cosby Show.
All right, The Cosby Show.
Fresh Prince.
Okay.
And Living Single. In my spirit, I thought that was too easy. So I wanted to add one more.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to add either In Living Color or Girlfriends.
No, In Living Color is more of a comedy sketch show. Right?
Okay, In Living Color is out.
So let's do Girlfriends, Living Single, Martin, Fresh Prince, The Cosby Show. Okay, we can do those 5. One gotta go.
I know which one you're gonna boot already.
The first one is Martin, The Fresh Prince, Cosby Show, Living Single, and Girlfriends. Okay, so let's be honest, right?
Oh God.
I know that y'all hate on Bill Cosby, but The Cosby Show was essential to every black family because you really felt like
we can be this.
We can be this. I wanted to be Theo growing up. Okay, I just did. I wanted to have a box cut. I wanted to have the fresh clothes. I wanted to have the ladies. And I'm going to be honest, my experience as a black man in America is probably different because my father, although he was not a doctor, in his philosophies of life, he was a lot like Cliff Huxtable. Okay. He was a really, really good father. And he taught me well. So Cosby Show stays. The second show that I'm keeping is Martin. Hey, Martin, come on, man. Come on, man. Martin Lawrence revolutionized the black sitcom. This just came at a time where I was growing up into my adulthood, and Brother Man from the Fifth Flow and Cole, and it was hip hop and Gina. Like, it just, all of everything about that show was and Shanae, the characters, and it just
never had no job.
Look, not ever. Still ain't got one. So Martin has to stay. It was based in Detroit while I was living in Michigan at the time. Martin gotta stay. Classy.
Okay.
The next
I'm here with you so far. We're good.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I knew it.
Gotta keep Fresh Prince. You have to. Why?
I knew it was gonna come down to 2 of the shows about bitches. I knew it. God damn.
Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Now, I like both of those shows. Right? But we'll keep it real. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it's the intro song. Right? You got to have it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be Fresh Prince, and you got Carlton. And who
Why
didn't want to
did he
date?
love me?
Yeah, who didn't want to date Tatiana Ali? Who didn't want to date her? That was my boy.
She was
right?
so cute.
And then they had a butler. It was mad cool. Enjoyed it. Now, you've given me 2 lady shows.
I knew it was going to come down to this.
But let's say that because we would have had Living Single. Living Single to me was Friends before Friends. Okay, basically Friends stole the whole show like y'all always do. So y'all can put it in front of y'all people and be like, oh, look at this great successful show we created, but you stole it.
Ooh. Also,
like the music, like everything.
Great theme song.
Okay?
Great theme song. Hey.
Yeah. We are living single.
Hey. Ooh, the 90s kind of world.
You had Tootie, Regine. Girlfriends has to go for me because I you know why it is Girlfriends has to go for me? Because I had moved out of the sitcom. I moved out of the sitcom phase by the time Girlfriends had come. Girlfriends, shout out to Kelsey Grammer for doing that, and they put them on BET. I loved Tracy Ellis Ross. She was bad. I wanted to date her. I thought she was hot. Shout out to her. But that show has to go just for me because I was kind of out of my sitcom phase, and I love Living Single. I can't even remember the characters' names, but that's just me. It isn't because I don't love the show. Who was the dude that used to fight with the girl all the time?
Overton?
Excuse me, and they ended up dating?
Was that Overton?
No, Overton was funny.
Cat.
Yeah, Overton was the light-skinned cat. Here, let me look this up.
Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle. I just like the way that brother talked. Excuse me.
Yeah, he was very smooth.
Yeah, he was.
He had a buttery voice. That was the end. In case y'all didn't know, that was the end. That was the sax at the end. You're welcome.
Yeah, Kyle Barker, Terrence, Steve Carson. That's my guy. And I love Kim Coles. Kim Coles was... Hold on 1 second.
I'm trying to decide who I can let go.
So the Kim Coles character was Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe, in Friends. Or like
I never watched Friends.
I never watched it either. Not until my dad, I caught him watching it one late night in the guest bedroom, and he was just cackling away. And I was like, dog, what is you doing in there? He's like, oh, I'm busting up watching this Friends. I was like, dog, we don't watch Friends. I don't know what you watch. I watch Friends. You know, you can't tell an old black man nothing.
Listen.
You can't tell an old black man nothing, okay?
I think I just decided who I was going to get rid of.
Who you going to get rid of?
Only because I recently saw an episode and I realized that it's a little bit corny to me now. The others I could probably watch still and appreciate in 2021. And although I did love Living Single, I think I would keep Girlfriends and get rid of Living Single.
Yeah.
Because it's a little corny. It's a little bit sketchy on the comedy. I'm like, but not like for real funny. Because Martin is for real funny.
No,
Fresh
Martin
Prince
was
is
for real funny. Living Single was for real funny. I just think
but it was for real funnier then, and it's not as funny now. It's just
but you gotta also remember Martin was an actual comedian.
This is
like
true.
The people that played in Living Single, they were just actors. You know?
Right.
I mean, I like that both shows really kind of
maybe.
Go ahead. I'll go.
I said also I think maybe Girlfriends is probably more applicable to my life now.
Right. That's what I was just about to say.
That might be where
Right. That's the Drew Hill New Edition conversation. You know, I think Girlfriends is probably definitely more, it's still applicable to this generation of dating. I think you can probably find more there. I think that, you know, I always like Maxine and Kyle's banter. I love when Sinclair and Overton kind of got together. I love that Regine was kind of like the Blanche of the show. You know what I'm saying? I think that it was, once again, it was hip hop. I don't feel like Girlfriends is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? No. I feel like Living Single, Martin, Fresh Prince, all of these were like when hip hop was burgeoning and you had all of these different black stories to tell. And so that's why for me, I just probably aged out of the Girlfriends. And then, like, I didn't feel like Girlfriends was for me. I really felt like it was a show for women, right? It was for women to watch. So Kick Rocks, Girlfriends, what we got next?
Comedians.
Oh, yeah. Now, y'all know I did stand up for a little bit, so this for me. Let's run it. Hey, did you just roll your eyes?
Hard.
I'm just saying I could be objective.
I did comedy.
Right, yeah, no, I could be objective. I judge comedy. I judge comedy hard. I judge comedy hard than a black crowd in the middle of the hood on a Friday night, okay? I judge it harder than them. Okay.
You know I invented electricity, right? You know I painted the Sistine Chapel.
I did paint the Sistine Chapel. Me and Michelangelo.
You know I was a partner with the guy who created the air fryer, right? You know that?
Yes. I have done it. So
I developed the USPS. That was me. You know,
I did develop the mail system back when it was just horses.
That's all, it was just horses.
When it was just horses? I created area codes.
Wow.
So y'all know,
phenomenal.
Really, y'all couldn't have hoes. Ludacris
without you.
Yeah. Ludacris and Nate Dogg couldn't have hoes without me.
404, 502. Yeah, that's all you. Thank you so much, Kynard.
All right. What comedians we got?
Our 4 today are Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
David Chappelle.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
Okay.
And Cat Williams.
Oh. All right, first we keep it Eddie Murphy. Okay. I always feel like outside of Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy is, I would call like Richard the Godfather and Eddie is the king. Okay. Eddie's characters, Raw and Delirious, are still classics today. He'd probably be canceled. Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, Coming to America, movies. Eddie is number 1. Not going anywhere.
Okay.
For me, this may shock some people, but Cat Williams is number 2. I would never let Cat Williams go. I love Cat Williams. The Cat Williams, not only is he a funny comedian, his whole life is just funny. Let's just keep it real.
His entire
just being beat up by kids, his jokes, talking about Shaq, but Shaq put his whole dick on his forehead because he can't hang out with Shaq. Pimp down. Cat is from Ohio, and what I got from Cat was just real raw comedy. And I believe that most people don't understand. You got to know comedians. Most comedians come from dark places. They make people laugh because they're not happy themselves. It's a defense mechanism. And you can get good at it entertaining people. And character that Cat Williams is, he's told some of the realest comedy, some of the funniest comedy. And so I would keep Cat. Cat would go for me. He would go second. Third, we got Dave Chappelle and we got Kevin Hart. This is no reflection upon the one that is not chosen.
I'll put in my guess right now.
I'm going to keep Dave Chappelle. And the reason I'm going to keep Dave Chappelle is because Dave Chappelle can get across complex thoughts in an unusual and witty comedic fashion. Dave Chappelle is an artist. He paints on the canvas with his stand-up comedy. He makes you think, and before you know it, he's making you laugh at things that probably aren't funny in general discussion.
Mm-hmm.
He makes you make connections that you like he really observes. I feel that Dave sits and just ponders in his head for 4 hours for one joke and then be like,
that's it.
That shit's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't even laugh at his own shit. He'll just be thinking and just be like, oh, that's
hilarious.
Funny. Yeah, that's funny. You know? It is no disrespect against Kev. I've enjoyed Kev. I've gone to see Kev in person. I think Kev does really good, safe comedy. But I don't, as an adult, I was raised on risque. I was raised on towing the line. I was raised on challenging. And so
don't you need those guys though? Don't you need those guys to bridge the super raw with the palatable?
No?
And turn it into millions?
No, I think white people need it. I don't need it. Not what I was raised on.
Not necessarily you. I mean the business of comedy.
No.
All right.
And the reason I don't think it's needed is because the truth is what we've seen Kevin do in the business of comedy is awesome. He's put other black comedians in places to be successful. And the truth is they only allow one black comedian at a time to be famous. And he's done a ton with that time. Right? And I don't know if the end of his time is coming, but he's had a really good 7.
Do you think the other guys have done the same with their time as he has? Cat has not.
No, Cat hasn't. But once again, I think that
Eddie probably has.
Eddie has.
Dave
chose not to.
Did not.
He chose not to. But right. I think that Dave choosing not to and then doing it his way was way more profound than what Kevin did. Just me. This man walked away from $50 million, was ridiculed, called crazy, came back and said, I told you so. Just what it is. I think that Kevin has done movies and done box office numbers, and if that's what we're judging comedy on, then great. Kevin Hart has done awesome. Once again, I'm a fan of Kevin. But if we had to, it's not popularity for me. If that's what it was, then Cat Williams would have had to kick rocks. But I've sat down and I've watched Cat Williams. Cat Williams is legit a genius. Dangerously so. You know what I mean? Like a genius. But he won't get that because of the industry.
Of all that and all the little problematic things that come along with it.
But a lot of that is the industry. It's the same thing that happened to Dave Chappelle before he came back. A lot of people don't know, quiet as kept, your boy Cat Williams is the highest selling independent comedian ever in life. Independent, which means he put on his own shows. He paid himself. The largest independent comedian ever. Talking about releases. So business-wise, Kevin has done well. He just didn't sign on to be in the industry. Dave Chappelle didn't sign on to be in the industry. Kevin Hart played his game to his advantage and leveraged the industry. He put his people on. He had his shows put on. He had the huge tours put on. And I don't think you can disrespect any of that. But if we talking about personal preference in comedy, I would much rather hear the super raw, real shit versus the topical, let me make fun of my family, let me make fun of my daughter. It's relatable. I get it. It's funny. Say it with your chest. We all got that uncle. You know what I'm saying? We all know that person. The Ice Cube movies. We all know that. We get it. It's dope. But if you asking me the kind of comedy I like, I want to be pushed. I want to think. I want to see something in a way that I didn't see it before and then laugh at it because it's absurdly honest.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, Kevin Hart doesn't provide it. So thank you, Kevin Hart. I appreciate all that you've contributed. And I'm sure that those that come behind you as comedians will thank you as well, because you've done a lot for the comedy, for the comedic culture, for African-American comedy. You have. But you got to go, my guy. Let me holler at my mans real quick. The homie Manifest said Cat can probably kick rocks. Cat is funny, but I think the rawness Eddie already had. But you have 4 comedians and 3 have very different formats. Cat is similar to Eddie, so that's why if you're eliminating one, Cat should be it then. Yeah, I can see that. But I would flip it the other way, Manifest. I would say because I like Eddie, I like Cat Williams more. And I feel like Eddie Murphy, Cat Williams, and really Dave Chappelle are all in the same format of raw, honest comedy. Whereas Kevin Hart does good old wholesome family comedy.
You're rude for that fist.
It is, though. That's what it is. It's no disrespect.
You're rude as fuck for that fist.
It's wholesome. We can bring Kev to the party. Kev, join us. Okay.
Oh my God.
So who you getting rid of? Since Kevin Hart shouldn't be gone, who you getting rid of?
I think they're gonna kill me for this.
You're about to age out. I know who you going with.
Yeah, I'm aging out. You already know what it is.
You're gonna get rid of Eddie.
On the strength of just being more familiar with the other 3.
I got you. And that makes sense.
That's all. Not that there's no respect. Because Avi.
Eddie Murphy is not watching the Dope Dialogue podcast mad at Brittany right now. And I damn sure know Kevin Hart ain't watching Kynard like, oh, he owe me some. I know he don't care either. All of them are great comedians.
I know Kevin's people, though. I know people who work directly with Kevin. So
once again, I invented mail. Y'all know the email y'all got? That was me. I was there at the inception of.
I didn't say I was male, like you be saying. I just say I know people. You say I do. I am.
I mean, I probably know people who know Kevin Hart as well. That
I know a couple of his producers. I know his interior designer. Me and her, we real cool. We went to college together.
Oh, shout out. Yo, you think y'all can give me an audition with Kevin? Mm-hmm. Be like, Kynard, didn't you just say that I had to go?
Homeboy got on.
Huh?
I said the other homeboy got on.
Who?
My homeboy got on because
did he?
we know his producers.
Oh, shoot. Shout out to him. To come out to Cali and mingle with the rich and the famous.
The bouge.
All right, we got one more. Oh, this is a good one. Oh yeah, we got one more.
Okay, ready for this?
Oh, this one good. Okay.
These are fulfilling. These are pleasures. These are fulfilling things. Are we ready?
Yeah, we ready.
Good food.
Okay, we got good food.
Toe curling sex.
Ooh, I just crossed my big toe over my middle toe right now.
Listen. A fulfilling career.
Yeah.
Or hot showers.
All right, so look.
Don't ever laugh and disrespect a hot shower.
Look, so these 4: great food, toe curling sex, a fulfilling career, or hot showers. The first thing that I am going to keep is a hot shower. Okay.
Why did you laugh so hard if that's the first
because
thing
because I don't think that one kind of fit in with those, but I get it. There's nothing better in this world.
There's
than
nothing
turning
better
on
until it's cold.
That water and it hits your stank body. Okay? And them suds sud up.
Because
and
you
then
got
it just
soft water. You understand?
flows.
The water pressure is good over here. We got softener in the thing. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It leaves you zestfully clean. Oh, God. Here comes Manifesto.
Manifest said hot showers can kick mad runs.
Crazy, yo.
Manifest said he gonna be walking around here taking cold showers all day.
Frigid.
No, Manifest, the
No.
first thing we keep it is hot showers.
I don't know if it's the first, but it's probably gonna stay.
Look, could you imagine being in medieval times and having to bathe in a cold river?
It would suck.
Do you understand
But
me?
you also might get used to it. Listen, here's the thing. If we never had hot showers, we wouldn't know how great
I have it though. I've had one and it's glorious. Now, the hot shower is followed by great sex. Okay? 2 things that are needed. Great sex, then you can have a hot shower. Or you can have a hot shower, then great sex. They're interchangeable.
That is fact.
Okay? They go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I beat that up tonight. You want to jump in the shower with me? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, we're about to get to it. You want to jump in the shower real quick? Dang. I don't know about you, Manifest. My skin ain't sensitive. I lotion every day. Gold Bond Men's Formula. Do you follow? Manifest said black folks' skin is mad sensitive, so it's not good for us anyway. No, Manifest, it's great. It's great for me.
Manifest is speaking like a real hotep right now. We got sensitive skin. We should only have lukewarm to cool water.
It must be at a balmy 59 degrees. No, Manifest, I need my shower hot. Now,
scorching.
I got 2 items. I could either have a fulfilling career or great food.
Sweet.
Now, I know what I probably should say.
But you're not.
I know what most people would say.
You gonna say fuck that job.
But I'm going to keep great food. Y'all can keep the fulfilling career. Because if I got a hot shower, I got some great food, and I got great sex, life will be okay. Do you hear me? That's all I need.
And we didn't say that the job wouldn't be well paying. It just might
No,
not
it just
fulfill
is not
you.
fulfilling. I work every day.
Yeah, that fulfilling career.
And if it's not fulfilling, but I can go buy some great food, I can have some great sex, and then I can jump in that shower and rinse my body off. Life is great.
My big ass shower with the waterfall.
Okay, look. Do you understand?
Because my unfulfilling career is well paying, and I just remodeled that whole bathroom.
Facts.
You
I got a double head shower.
In the seat.
Yes.
And
the seat. Yes. Preach.
My unfulfilling career just paid for that great ass bathroom. You know the floors are warm in there, and the towels on the rack are hot. What are you talking about?
Preach.
This skin is soft.
Oh.
And it's okay.
Oh, did my unfulfilling career just pay for this vacation? Where I just had this hot ass shower and this great ass food?
I was bored as shit for those 2 weeks, but look where I am now for this week.
Sex was great on vacation.
Island.
Sex was pretty awesome.
On vacation.
You can keep the fulfilling career. I'll make it. Because the truth is the ancestry of my people, the ancestry of my people, we ain't never really had no fulfilling career.
Talk about it. Listen. But what we are gonna have,
we gonna have some great food.
Is water runneth down this body.
We're gonna have some hot water.
Scalding. We're gonna eat something delicious, and our nut a bust. Understand?
And we're gonna bust the nut.
Listen.
We're gonna bust
and
the
that's
nut.
That on that.
Okay. Y'all can keep y'all fulfilling careers. Y'all can keep bragging to your, I just got a promotion at my job. It's such a great job.
I got a promotion too. I just don't love it.
Look, I love to go to work. I woke up this morning. I want to go to work. I want to go work.
Excited to go to work.
I want to wake up, go to work.
I go to sleep excited.
Truthfully though, I do like to wake up and go to work. Okay.
That's fine. But also I like to wake up and take a hot shower after I done busted it down. Like, what the fuck? And
but if one has to go,
everything bagel, because that's what I like with cream cheese.
Yeah, no, I don't like cream cheese, and I don't like bagels with cream cheese. You can kick rocks.
Here we go.
Look, y'all, it's been 2 hours. We've had a great time with y'all. We've enjoyed it. We're sorry that we missed y'all last week, but we came back this week. We had a good time. Look. One thing we did not get to talk about before we leave, I just want to talk about, let me bring this up for the people. I know y'all not watching this, but I need y'all to see my man's a whole black man disguised with his whites to commit 30 burglaries according to police. Look at my man's mask and hair.
That shit's funny, bro.
What is you doing, son?
It don't matter.
You know what it is for me? Look at this picture right here. This right here look like he got a whole white boy swag. Right? He looked like he really stepping on him right here.
He got on his North Face sweater.
Yeah, that boy got that Chet Hanks white boy summer swag. You know what I'm saying? Oh, speaking of Chet Hanks. Speaking of Chet Hanks, somebody outed him asking for $200 to pay his bills. I guess it might not be a white boy summer after all, Chet Hanks. All that being said, this has been the Dope Dialogue Podcast. I am your host, Kynard. That is my other host, Brittany King. And we would like to say we are out.
Bye. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.